The 2 months after elections, France finally has a Prime Minister. If in January it was Gabriel Attal, the youngest Prime Minister of France, today it is the 73-year-old Michel Barnier who will be the oldest Prime Minister in France's modern political history. Michel Barnier, in fact, led the EU's talks with Britain over its exit from the bloc from 2016 to 2021. Now, prior to that, the Conservative politician had held roles in various French governments and was also an EU commissioner. He is a member of the Liberal Conservative Party, the Republicans. The appointment has come after weeks of President Macron deliberating with political parties. He rejected the left's candidate, Lucie Castet, and the left isn't happy with Barnier as the Prime Minister.
Our reaction does not focus on the qualities of this person. That is not the subject. The subject is that the President has just decided to officially deny the results of the legislative elections that he himself called for. And so the election has been stolen from the French people.
Now, the far-right National Rally, whose party is one of the biggest in the parliament, has in fact put out a post on social media saying, and I quote, "We'll judge his general policy speech, his budgetary decisions and his actions on the evidence. We reserve all political means of action if this is not the case in the coming weeks." The 2-month-old chaos began with Macron's decision to call for snap parliamentary election. The results threw the centrist coalition out of majority and produced a hung parliament. While Barnier's appointment does end weeks of political deadlock, the tough days haven't ended. With a fractured parliament, adopting reforms will be a bit of a challenge. The first major task for Barnier will be to submit next year's budget plan to the National Assembly. And if other parties are not satisfied, then it could trigger a vote of no confidence. And we earlier spoke with our correspondent Ross Cullen. Listen in to what he had to say.
Well, the reception from the left wing has been interesting. If you look at the leaders from the different parties making up the new Popular Front, they have been furious about this appointment of Michel Barnier by the French president. They have called for mass street protests. They have said it is a denial of democracy. They have said the election has been stolen. They finished first in the snap vote in July, but they had the greatest number of MPs combined, but they were still well short of a majority. We have more or less 3 main blocs in the French Parliament as a result of that snap election: the left, the centre and the far right. None of them at the 289 MPs you need to form a majority in the National Assembly. Therefore, there was going to have to be some form of compromise, some form of coalition. And the French president, surprisingly, has gone for a representative of the party which finished 4th in the election.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.